you can hunt the Spectre and find him because Spectre doesn't farm too fast, and Slark actually has damage to kill Spectre. You can go Silver Edge against the Spectre too and hit him so you break the passive.
That is
That
true.
way you can actually kill the hero pretty quickly. But in team fights, it's pretty unreliable because he's just going to haunt it anyways. But when you're ganking him, it's pretty good. And the EVOS picked the Tidehunter up. All right, so their lineup, it doesn't lack Disable, but it lacks, like, Catch. Like, they have Disables for team fights, but to actually start fights, what are they going to do? Are they going to have to rely on the Pounce for Slark to, like, run in
Oh my
melee
god,
range?
that's so terrible.
Right, it's like that, or you fish for
Slark Pounce
Shackle.
starting the. Nah, you need some sort of like. I mean, I guess you could just go for like an early blink on the Tidehunter to kind of be that reach, but I don't know how much you want to be starting fights with Ravage. He kind of wants to counter initiate. Yeah, so some sort of like DK or something would probably be pretty good, and pick up like a blink tagger on the DK.
Yeah.
Also gives them some tower push.
Yeah. When you have like the heavy team fight and you pair it up with tower push, that's when things get really scary because then you can't dodge these pushing lineups forever. You're eventually going to get caught by this blink DK or something.
Yeah, and they banned the DP, which is actually in the very similar like vein. Okay, so but they pick so EVOS picks first, and then GeekFam picks next. So technically, maybe they left the DK because they haven't something in mind that like could potentially hard counter it in the mid lane. I mean, there's not much that like completely hard counters DK. Typically does pretty fine no matter what he's against. But
this is
like Timber.
EVOS pick DK. This is Huskar territory.
Yeah, this is definitely Huskar territory. I
saw Chwan playing Huskar in a pub yesterday, actually.
Okay, that could definitely be although the Invoker ban. What isn't? I guess it's just something that he played. Lina. Okay.
Okay. You don't pick Huskar to Lina.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, she's pretty good against. I mean, at the like. It's so bad against Lina because it makes the Lina Agnum Scepter like actually good. You can just 100% of the time Ags ulti the Huskar and he'll die. I mean, you don't even need that for the you actually don't even need that. You just pick up a Shadow Blade or Silver Edge and then you kill the Huskar with magic damage. And there's so many ways for Lina to kill a Huskar.
Yep, you have like 800 range. You literally just hit the Huskar and you have so much physical damage he's gonna die to it.
I actually really like the Lina pickup here because they have. I think that's a really good way to deal with the fact that you don't have last pick, and if you're like, obviously, man, mid is like a pure 1v1, so counter picking is so damn important if you can actually get a good counter pick. But like, what counters something like a Lina or like an SF? You know what I mean? Like these heroes, picking heroes where you know with the heroes that are on your team, they're not going to get countered. I feel like that's such a good way to draft where they're not going to allow themselves to just get like, okay, this hero completely like you can't. If you pick like an Ember Spirit last, for example, and they pick a Huskar, you just lose. I mean, exactly. Zeus is okay. Zeus is definitely fine against Lina, but it's like there's no counter pick that's going to completely hard counter the Lina in this scenario. So that's why I really like the Lina.
Yep, Zeus looks like a really good pick here too. Like, Elaine's fine against Lina, and you have this disgusting combo. The double globals, of course, heroes like Wind Ranger, just same thing with Lina too. They're just gonna die to the combo.
Yeah.
And when Zeus gets enough farm Slark, he dies too. You just drop the Nimbus and you lightning bolt him even when he's ulted, and he still dies to
it. That's the crazy thing is you can lightning bolt him in the ultimate. It's like one of the very few abilities that goes through the Slark ulti. And a lot of the time you'll see Slark pop an ulti like low HP and he'll just die to one lightning bolt, you know what I mean? Like, and then especially with the Nimbus lightning bolt, like he'll die.
Yep.
Treant is also another Invis hero. Tide is a hero that gets completely destroyed by a Zeus. Like the Tide doesn't do anything to a Zeus. Oh my god, my Dota crashed. This is a night of like technical difficulties. Good god.
Hang in there, buddy. You can do it.
Caster, how old are you? What kind of question?
12.
What kind of question is that? I'm obviously 12.
Well, it wasn't obvious to him.
Caster. God, Twitch chat sometimes. Caster, man, I got a name, dude. Don't objectify me. I'm not object.
So, Beastmaster's doing the exact same thing you're talking about, where you can just go cut down the trees with axes.
Yeah, makes
sense. Running out there right now to the top lane.
That indeed makes some sense.
What does Tree do when he doesn't have trees to play off of with nature's guys? Like, he actually can't do anything in the lane. He's just a body, but you can't get on top of anyone because you have no move speed.
Yeah, although he is on top of this Venge, who could be caught out by the Slark Pounce here in a second. That's a lot of punches that are going to happen on this guy. Does he die? There's a Warlock. He's body blocking really nicely. One hit, very close. That was very close. But
I like how Venge still skilled the terror. You know, he had the confidence that he was gonna live.
yeah, that's definitely a heads up play. I would for sure skill the magic missile there and just turn and
yeah, just try to not die, right? He lives
yeah,
with 10 HP.
It's like, oh, I don't want to die. You know, turn around, and freak out, and press your buttons. Beast is top, so he's gonna TP. It looks like.
Yeah.
I do like that where he's not. Oh, he's just gonna run. He's just gonna run. Okay.
Okay, yeah, he has plenty of time. But still
He
very
does.
smart, right? Look at the trees that he cut top lane. They're even pinging it out. Like, Spectre has so much room to work with in this lane now.
Yep. Yep.
It also prevents you from getting harassed, like, over the trees. And when you're playing with
From the Wind
Warlock,
Ranger,
you're probably
yeah.
not going to die. So, it's good.
The
They're just gonna trade
Spectre
Legion.
Warlock lane. This is like a complete classic right here. This is like the definition of 7.17 right here. This is like the final evolution of how people are laning. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna heal. I'm just gonna out heal and then survive in this lane. Windringer picks up a Bassi instead of going for a Orb of Venom. That's interesting.
It is very interesting. I like it, though.
I do like it. I think the Orb of Venom has been pretty nerfed. You know, you don't want to. Maybe a Blightstone. Didn't think of the Bassi. The Bassi is definitely good.
And the Bassie's just like, you know, he's spamming a 50 mana cost spell, and he has a Bassie for mana regen. It's very nice.
That's pretty nice. Plus 7 damage as well for the right clicks. Technically speaking, Orb of Venom, if you're hitting every, 2 seconds, that's like plus 6 damage or something like plus 8 damage before the nerf, something like that, because it would tick twice
Right.
maybe. So it's like, technically speaking, the Bassi might be just as effective. Maybe a little bit less effective, but it gives you that mana, like you said, to spam out that wind run, which is very annoying. Zeus is destroying the Selena on the mid lane, actually.
Oh, Jesus, what happened?
That is some crazy last hits.
He must have missed a lot of last hits under tower.
I think that's exactly what happened. Zeus pushed it in, and then he zoned the Lina. Oh, did he glyph?
Yeah, he also glyphs, so he probably messed up some last hits there too.
Oh, that is annoying. That's interesting. I like that. That's a nice play. Slark is getting some decent CS in this lane, actually. 11 CS at this point. Even though the Treant has no trees.
Yeah, Treant actually is just a body in this lane. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
I like the way that they played this bottom lane, though, with the Beastmaster and Vengeful Spirit. Like, they just pushed the lane in over and over with the Wave of Terror and Axes. It's like it is a really smart way to acquire lane control, right? Because then all of a sudden you're playing up against this larger creep wave. Now Venge has the room to get the side pull off because you just have this wave in front of you all the time. It's nice. And that's also like when you're harassing with a larger creep wave, they can't fight back.
Yeah, there's way less of that threat of just turning around and actually fighting you. Like, I think that's a really easy way to overplay your lane, is where you're just on an even creep wave and they turn and they actually just kill you, and like the creeps beat the crap out of you because you're hitting them the whole time. So yeah, if you can double up the range creeps, it really feels like you can just have complete lane dominance. I mean, also you get levels quicker. Although as I say that, the Treant Protector is actually level 3. He's pretty goddamn huge. Level 2 in the Leech Seed, although he can't really walk up too far because there's no trees here. So blocks the pull. That's pretty nice.
That's very nice. That's like the single best thing he can do in this lane.
It's basically all he can do because that's the only place where there are trees. So that's like his only choice.
His plays are limited, but he's making the best of it.
Yeah, and like you were saying, we have a Treant Protector and Slark who have no regen left because while they're pushing out these lanes and harassing, they're also, they're harassing. They're hitting them a lot. And Slark is having to tank like creeps under tower and stuff like that to get lasted. So they're sending out more regen. So that makes sense. But in any case, it's not ideal to use that courier because now mid does not have that courier. And look how mid is going. The Zeus is actually doing really, really well in this lane. Lina has no mana left. And Zeus is having quite a good time here. He has a bottle already.
Yep, Zeus is super healthy. He's got basically full mana with a bottle. Having a fantastic time.
Yeah. Do you like this hero right now, Zeus? You think he's good?
Zeus's late game is so good.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And now he got 2+5 base damage buffs in a row. He can actually last it. You can snag a lot of last hits with just a null.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy to think that Zeus actually can last it with his right clicks. Like, for once in Dota, he can do that.
You know, I don't know if you ever played Han, but in Han, the Zeus in that game had a good attack animation, and he was like god tier because he could actually like last hit versus people.
Still has the bad attack animation, unfortunately, but
Yep.
I could definitely see that being like crazy good because I mean he's good right now, at least in my opinion. And I think Zeus is really good, but with a good attack animation, I mean a good attack animation like that's basically what makes anti-mage heroes a great attack animation. So look at this top lane, man. This is exactly how I see this lane going for like a Spectre Warlock, where it's like, yeah, the Spectre's not getting a lot, but most heroes would get nothing in this lane. But like a Spectre Warlock is just like, yeah, we'll just farm while you hit us and try to harass us. We don't care.
And it's like there's no threat of them dying in this lane, right? Like Spectre's gonna sit basically at full HP unless this Warlock gets like gushed into some, you know, shackle or something. He's not actually gonna die either.
Yeah, he just sits behind his tower anyway, or behind the trees and heals. Ooh, Slark on the bot lane. Ooh, that was so close. Nice.
Axes almost snipe him.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Zeus ult. That salve actually, and they kill the Beastmaster. That is so unfortunate if you are that Beastmaster. My God, the Zeus. Yep. So close, and they get the double. Rotated the whole tri-lane down here though, so that's that is a Tide that is left alone top, and this is kind of how it always feels when you have a Spectre Warlock. I know that obviously they just traded 2 kills for that, but you rotate that support, and now Spectre can actually lane very nicely about with this Tide because he's had a decent enough lane so far. So this is actually like he's gonna be like a free farm Spectre in a second here. He's gonna be, well, maybe missing a couple last hits because of the anchor smash, but he's more than happy in this lane in the current patch to be against just a solo Tide. Like he's very happy to be here.
Yep. Unfortunately, Tide against Spectre. Spectre it's not easy for him.
Yeah.
Right. He just gets anchor smashed over and over.
He needs a heal. He needs his buddy to heal him. Oh, there you go.
There it is.
2 clarity sent out by the Warlock. That's more healing. Ready to go.
This bottom lane for GeekFam though is not pretty difficult to actually do much in, right? With the trial lane here.
Yeah.
The Windrunner just like hangs out. They can't actually do that much here anymore.
Yeah, I do like this play from them actually though, rotating the tri-lane down here and just supporting the Slark, because like you were saying, Tide is going to do fine up here. Like Spectre obviously is going to do fine as well because it's just a Spectre versus solo Tide, but Tide can hold his own up here for sure. In fact, he could like start cutting the creeps and they can't do anything to him if he does that. And then this tri-lane obviously down here is going to secure the Slark farm. Because look at these heroes, they're so beastly. Windranger, Treant, those are like ridiculous supports to be. Look at this Treant, he's got such big balls, he doesn't care. Or maybe he does. Kind of seems like he does a little bit.
Zeus has a regen coming in, but
he does.
Actually,
ooh, nice shackle, nice shackle. Spectre ulti, Haunt on the Windranger. Zeus ult. That's a tree protector in the trees too. Gets axed. Zeus kills him anyway. Top lane, we lose a Warlock, but I don't think you care that much about that.
Big Warlock kill.
That's a huge stack too that they're gonna take. That's a big stack. It's going to be level 5 for the Beastmaster, level 5 for the Venge, and probably level 8 for the Zeus. Or maybe I'm over. Well, there's 4 of them. They're splitting it 4 ways. The Spectre's taking some of the XP too. Yep. But
still, really nice rotation, right? They get a lot done. Zeus comes in with the regen too, so he basically doesn't lose very much at all. Very well done.
Yeah. Lina rotates top 2 during that time, so there's no pressure on this mid tower. In fact, it's full HP right now. Almost full HP. So usually during a rotation like that, you'd see the mid tower go down or take a lot of damage, which would make it look, okay, that's a trade, right? That's a trade you make. But in this situation, the Lina was ganking too, just got a Warlock, so that obviously favors GeekFam tremendously, despite that bot lane going pretty poorly up until that point. What a Zeus rotation, actually.
Yeah, that was very nice. That was the no boots Zeus rotation too.
He's fast, man.
Actually, he did have boots, didn't he? He just dropped them somewhere. I didn't see it earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
I clicked him during that fight, and he didn't have boots. I think he was picking up his arcanes or
makes sense.
Mana booting yourself or something, because he did catch him.
Hey, man, he's fast though. He could probably gank without boots, no problem. That hero's 300 move speed. It's pretty fast.
It feels like it used to be the average.
Yeah, I think he was like 280 at a point or 290 or something, but slowly buffed. Other heroes have been kind of nerfed too, like every strength hero got -5, so.
That's true. They got -5, but they all got like +3 from agility anyway, so then they lost like 2.
Oh yeah, that is true. Ooh, is he gonna get the courier? No, it does not look like it. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. That's a max level. Oh wait, why did it feel like that stunned the courier for so long?
The root animation like plays longer than the actual.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't
root on
rooted.
couriers for some reason.
They just didn't move it.
I think so.
That's not good. What did that have on it? Can I see what's on it? How do I?
I don't know how to check.
No, I don't know how to check. Let me see. Oh, I can't press my courier button because I'm not playing. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well,
I'm pressing the select courier button at the bottom right, but it just says no courier.
Can I fort as a spectator? You should be able to fort as a caster, just to spice things up.
You can definitely pause if you need a break.
I'll do it. Oh, that was a Sark kills the Beastmaster. The help of the Wind Ranger.
Ravage up top. Zeus is down.
Oh my god, I missed 2 kills. God damn it.
You're doing great. Keep up the good work.
I missed both of those. Oh man, just like I missed my mom. Since she left when she went to get the milk. Never came back.
I thought your dad was the milkman.
Well, I don't remember setting up that backstory, but you caught me. God damn it. She's with my dad. She's back with my dad. They're divorced, but she's back with them because he's the milkman. They ran off. Treen's level 6. That's actually kind of early for a Treen to be level 6. I guess it's 10 minutes, but
it is though, right? Like you don't get 6 when your lanes don't go well, basically, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yep. He hasn't even used the tome either. Or tomb, I should say. Or is it tome? I never remember.
It's definitely tome.
It's tome.
Yes.
I'm not great with English, man.
If you can read English, it's tome.
I can read Canadian English.
Do you have the Canadian English pack?
I have not bought that yet. No, I need to get my next paycheck and I can buy that one. I've been buying Battle Pass levels, so I haven't gotten that one yet.
Oh, man.
And the maple trees haven't been doing too good up here, so haven't been harvesting.
When do you harvest? What season?
Winter. I don't know, dude. Ooh, is this Lina dead? I don't know. I mean, Warlock has ulti, though. Spectre haunting in? Yeah, that's an easy kill. The global is ridiculous. They just haunt him with the Spectre, and they use the Zeus ult, and it's easy. And that is worth it to use the rock for Alina. For sure worth it. Let's see. Where's the Lina's net worth at? Highest on net worth.
She's highest,
definitely worth.
You definitely need to kill that hero. Like, when you run into Lina, you use everything you have because it's worth it. Whenever you're killing one of these carry heroes, you just have to commit.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth it every single time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I played way too many games where somebody just wants to be greedy and they don't commit something, and then you lose the kill and they kill you and then you lose the game, and it's like, okay, well, maybe we just shouldn't be greedy.
Time. You're just wasting your time if you don't commit the ultimate at that point.
Yeah, you really are. Why even play Dota? Why even bother? Lina's rotating a lot, although he's just kind of showing in this lane, so maybe not much of a rotation, more of a... Is he gonna push the tower?
They're smoked up. It's weird that Lina's rotating so much. Usually this is the hero that you want to be playing around, not that this hero makes moves for you. You know what I mean? Like, this hero can carry super, super hard. So usually people rotate for the Lina instead of having the Lina move around the map all the time.
Yeah, a lot of the time you would see Alina at this point, she would already have done so much damage to that tower because people don't rotate on Lina. Like you said, they rotate to the Lina. She sits in the lane and just chunks at that tower and punishes the Zeus for rotating himself, but she's rotating. And
instead of hitting this mid tower that's at 600 HP, she's making that rotation up top so they can secure top tower.
Yeah, I mean, if they get the top tower, I guess it's worth it. But I feel like Tide just gets this on his own anyway. This just makes it more of a guarantee. It's less greedy, you know. I guess I guess Zeus is anticipated to be mid, and it's kind of hard to push into a Zeus, so you may as well just go for a kill into a tower, so they can maybe run mid now with the Ravage and take that tower. Something like that.
It's true. It's funny because Zeus is never going to go to that safe lane too, right? If you ever watched Banana Slam Jam, he would say that is a dead lane.
Oh my god, dude. Don't remind me. In-game audio is too low. Okay. I will
crank it up.
I will crank that up. I don't want to crank it up too much.
This is a really nice ward spot from GeekFam. They place it on the cliff because Slark's going to know when there's vision, right? But he's not actually going to know where the ward is. He's just going to assume it's on the hill. And then when he checks and it's not on that hill, it's going to assume it's on the next hill. But they place it on the high ground, so he's probably never going to find that ward.
Oh, that is a nice ward. Let's see.
That's the wide angle.
Look at that D ward. Zeus ult just to scout to see where the hell people are. That's so funny because they were just... I mean, that scouts the Tide walking to mid, which means they're setting up for a push, which means the Zeus pushes it out like that. So,
Yep.
It's a little bit value, but it also was just unfortunate that the only reason everybody was showing off map was because they were actually just farming off map. It's weird when that happens.
It is weird, but it's information right now. Spectre is completely safe. She's working on the Radiant. She's banking 2.6k gold. And now Venge takes the mid lane, so even if she dies there to some sort of gank, who really cares? She's just going to tear the wave off tower.
Yeah.
Zeus is in a nice, safe place.
Yeah, yeah. That is, oh, Warlock takes the mid lane. He is, stealing that lane from the Venge. If I'm that Venge and it's a pub, I'm passive-aggressively tipping somebody, that's for sure. Probably the Warlock.
This guy do it in my lane.
Oh, what? This is so inefficient. What are you doing here? I was taking this. This is the dead lane. Do you know this is the dead lane? Oh, my God. That is what I get.
Speaking of the dead lane.
Oh, my God. That is a dead Spectre. Slark on the back lines with his Shadow Blade. Pretty easy pick off on the Venge. Roar on the Wind Ranger, but she got the Wind Run off. Oh, nice rock. Lina comes in, starts beating the crap out of people with her right clicks. Zeus is here, though, so I don't know if you want to fight into a Zeus with a Fatal Bonds on you. He misses that ever so slightly. Treant is pretty quick with the level 4 Nature's Guys. Golem, pretty strong. Don't want to fight into that, especially with the Zeus there. Oh my God, that Treant Protector is really playing with giant balls right now, isn't he? Although he's very fast.
He's so fast.
He's a fast boy. I like that he has a Quelling Blade for dewarding, because he knows that he's going to be with the Zeus. Dewarding, and he can't do that on the high ground without that Quelling Blade.
That Ravage committed
mid lane,
up top.
Spectre. Spectre goes to the mid lane. Yeah, as expected.
All right, he's gone.
Can they deny this tower? They can deny this tower. They're not going to do it, though.
And the Slark missed the pounce up top, but they might have been able to actually kill the Spectre there.
God, it does so little damage now, though. 120.
Yeah, it's true, huh? Jesus, right, 120.
It's actually so little. It used to be like
be
300 or something, right? Oh, that is a Zeus that actually is going to die to that Slark. With the Gush, too, it's really easy.
Very nice.
Bot lane, GeekFam trying to take advantage of that by pushing. Treant is there. He did not get cut like the other trees. It's close, though. He's trying to heal. Doing what he can. The Lina and the Tide are actually heading to the bot lane. Tide has a Blink Dagger, but he does not have Ravage. So I still think they could fight this, though. Because he is so damn tanky. This is the perfect Tide game, honestly. It's so easy.
It is.
Nice Fatal Bonds. He's trying to body block the Vengeful Spirit, but not even necessary. There's a Beastmaster in the trees. He goes into that spot that nobody knows even exists. Treant Protector displaying the fact that he doesn't know that it exists, because of course he is part of everybody, and everybody doesn't know that exists except for March. So look at that. Look where he is. Well, what is this? What is this spot?
Fantastic spot.
It's a good spot.
It looks so weird because like that tree to the left of him looks like it would block that spot, right?
It does.
But no, it's not even how you get in there. You walk in through the other side.
So he's behind now. He has a
Dude,
blink.
That's like the juke spot. Nobody would ever check when you're
Nobody
like,
checks
in
that.
Area.
What's going on with my camera? What? Did I just break the game? Oh, I was off. Dude, my mouse was off the screen. Like it kept going. Like that was so weird. If you zoom the camera out to the max zoom out and then you move your mouse off screen, it'll keep going past the edge of the screen, like infinitely. That's ridiculous. I did not know that was a thing.
You just broke the camera.
That is so weird. That was so strange. But in any case, bot lane getting pushed. Beastmaster broke all the trees. That is a beefy Tide, though. They're trying to protect this tower because they have the Treant, so it's so easy to just.
Yep. I like the way they're playing the map. Like Slark is taking control of like the top area of the map, and because of that, they know that only Spectres can play top, right? To farm like in front of his tower, so they know exactly where the rest of GeekFam are gonna be, and they're just abusing that. Like Lina's free farming the mid lane. She's actually going for a Bloodstone. Okay. That's pretty interesting.
Beastmaster getting gone on. Ravage used only on Beast, but looked like it might have hit more people.
Though.
Yeah, that's worth it. Maybe not absolutely necessary, but definitely you don't want to not Ravage there. Because the reason that his team ran away was because they had to do that to run out of the Ravage. So kind of a zoning Ravage. Bit of a zoning Ravage. Slark dewarding. That's nice. Spectre is pretty close to the Radiance. About 1,000 gold.
Yep. The Radiance is definitely going to be strong, but Tide already has a pipe. So he can just pipe the Radiance damage when Haunt comes out. And that'll help a lot, especially against the Zeus too.
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent way to deal with it. You know, the only thing... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I do feel like with Zeus, Fatal Bonds, plus the Haunt, I do feel like they can out-damage the pipe. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? That is an insane amount of damage. Oh, I was just going to say the... EVOS have, like, full control of the map, but they can't push. Like, their push is so slow. The only way they can actually push is, like, when they actually kill all the heroes, or if they just have, like, a large numbers advantage. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Dude, Stark is just finding all these wards.
He is being...
Well, he only found the sun. Oh, no, he missed the Observer ward. I lied, I jinxed.
Oh, that is...
Sorry, friend. Sorry, iLogic.
He needs to be more patient with his angles. That's all, you know?
He didn't do the math on that one.
He did not do the math. He did not do the math on that one. They actually have a lot of wards in their own jungle. I
like how they give him the there's action.
That is a double stun and a beautiful shackle to start that off. Aurora goes on the Wind Ranger, but she has the Wind Run up again. Tidehunter comes in. He does not have Ravage. I think this Wind Ranger just dies to the Spectre. Does she have Radiance? No, she does not, but she dies anyway. Warlock dies in the back line.
So fast.
She is so fast, and level 17 as well. They have vision up here because Slark is huge. He gets Treant ulted from the low ground, and he is more than surely dead at this point. I don't know how more surely you could get, but he is surely dead.
Surely.
Beast has a blink. That's something. Blinks away. Slark just looking for a kill in the back line. They don't even care about pushing this, although it is pushing it now, so... They will have a creep in the turn.
Their start was so good to this game. But this tri-lane from EVOS, once they actually formed the tri-lane, Stark was able to free farm to a Shadow Blade. And honestly, the game just changed when he got Shadow Blade. Like, he is playing in the top side of the map. None of the heroes on the enemy team can actually gank him, just because of the way the heroes work, right? Like, Beastmaster, even with Blink, it's super hard to catch Slark. Venge, same thing, right? There's no, like, big instant initiation that's going to actually catch this Slark out. He's always going to get a spell off.
Yeah.
So, you know, Slark can play pretty much wherever he wants. And because of that, EVOS have been able to commit so many resources to protecting their safe lane tower. Like, they kept it alive for an extra, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 minutes?
Yeah,
it was
basically this game has boiled down to exactly what you said, like beautiful understanding of how to rotate the lanes and win the laning phase. And not only that, but rotating in the mid-game as well, like the early mid-game. Like, defending that safe lane tower is not something you see people do very often, but with the Treant Protector, actually, this Beastmaster is getting gone on here, and he is surely dead. This Treant is scouting so much. Whitemon is so annoying on this hero, actually. Slark is in. He kills the Warlock. Shackle does not land on the Spectre. He is swapped in out of the Nimbus, but it doesn't matter. He dies. That's a huge kill. But anyway, as you were saying, or as I was saying, which was in reference to what you were saying, I completely agree. Like, they basically just played the map beautifully. And the net worth advantage has completely shown that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is something that, like, you get so right like this just every once in a while, and it feels like you're stomping them so badly, and it's literally just because that rotation into a tri-lane at the perfect timing so Tidehunter could stay in that top lane, make space, and then Slark, who's the hero who needed to be supported there, got the support rather than just, like, I think even if they put 3 people top, that would be a mistake because the Slark wouldn't farm, and maybe they'd take pressure off of the Slark by doing that, but it's like, it's just so much easier to go to that safe lane in this game. Like, this is one of those few games where going to their own safe lane is actually good, and then defending it in the mid game too is interesting. Like, that, nobody ever does that, but in this game, it's totally worth it.
I think it has a lot to deal with just the heroes, right?
The Spectre?
Yeah, the Spectre and Tide matchup, right? Because neither of these heroes, Tide is okay, totally okay, like 1v2, doesn't really matter, right? He's just going to sit there and do his thing. And bringing more heroes to the Tide doesn't actually do very much. Tide actually blinks in. They're looking for more here, but he's walking right.
He has Ravage. Treant ulti off, and he doesn't even need to use the Ravage. It's just a Slark.
Yep, and Lena's chasing down the Vengeful Spirit. She has the Yules if she can actually catch
she's so dead. Oh, maybe Juke. Oh, nice try from the Venge, but I don't think you survive this. Yeah. That is a Bloodstone charge right there. Tries to deny. Pretty cool. But to no avail. Oh, I thought they were going to go for Roche, actually.
They see him on the ward. That's why they're going for it.
Can he get him? He has a Blink Alina. Can actually get him in the trees. He does not have the dagger anymore. Did Slark see him? He's getting Radiance burned. He's out. Where'd he go? He went to the Tide. Tide is on him. Windranger TP's mid. Spectre just uses the dagger on the high ground. What did he go for? He did knock over the dagger cooldown. That is just a low cooldown spell in the first place. So, alright. God damn,
cool.
10-second dagger cooldown. What the hell? Kind of unnecessary, though. As we saw there. Dagger up almost all the time.
You also can't really sustain the mana pool for that. 160 mana?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I think the only time I've ever seen that talent was when Spectre goes like Scotty after Radiance.
Yeah, I could see that. Actually, speaking of going for an item after Radiance, he went for the Vitality booster, but not for any like particular reason, just unless he has a Vanguard coming out. Just a casual, yeah, exactly. I like that. Takes Roche.
And that's Roche.
For EVOS.
No haunt, Roche ends completely free. And Aegis on the Slark just makes things so much messier. Like, you already had difficulty committing enough spells to kill this hero. Now it gets even worse. He can dive deeply, trade his life for one hero if he wants to start a team fight.
Yeah. I actually... A part of me kind of likes Aegis on Slark. I know that he doesn't get the Essence shift, obviously, when he respawns, but... It's exactly what you said. Like, there's part of me that just kind of likes that he can just dive in, go so ballsy, bait a bunch of crap, and then when he respawns, he has that, like, innate, almost BKB. Like, you would want an Aegis carrier to, like, BKB after they respawn, but he has the Shadow Dance, so, like, he's always going to be safe to respawn, almost no matter what, because you can just Shadow Dance, Purge, use the Silver Edge if he gets dusted, you know, like, with the Purge taking the dust off. Trian is on this Beastmaster bot. He is going to prevent this guy from TPing, that is for sure. Unless he gets roared. And Beast... cannot blink out because of the Leech Seed. Yeah, he'll be fine. Where'd he go? Super far away. But I do like Aegis on Slark. I do like Aegis on Slark a little bit. There's a part of me that likes Aegis on Slark, and then a part of me that's like, okay, he doesn't get the stack, so I'm sure it might be just better on another hero.
I think the first Aegis on Slark is correct, and the second one should be on Lina, so she can actually hit the buildings. Like the first Aegis, usually you can't end the game on it. Honestly, it's like sometimes you bait yourself by going high ground, but you need pickoffs before you go high ground with first Aegis.
So may as well take kills with it then.
Exactly. Like it allows Slark to play like this without ever being in fear of dying, right? Like even though there's sentry wards, he's still just he's looking for stuff.
Oh, if he found the Warlock, that Warlock would be so sad and so dead. Yeah, but it's exactly what you said. He has no reason to be afraid up here. They're waiting in the trees, like as if they're gonna do anything to him. But I don't think they do. They don't do anything to him.
They're just hiding from him, basically.
Yeah, one guy, one man. He's terrorizing them. And I say that the Lina has 16k net worth, 3k, but almost 3k above the Slark. So the Lina is a terror as well. But
yep, the Lina is like the true carry in this game, right? Slark runs around the map, creates space, while Lina just farms everything on the map.
Yeah,
what does Lina have?
She has a full Lincoln's coming out and 20 Bloodstone charges with the blink. Oh, that is a Treant Protector that is dead. He's a sad boy. Is the Ravage coming out to save the Treant? Oh, they're good. They're good teammates. They're saving him. Warlock Golem, Treant ulti, Laguna Blade. That's a dead Beastmaster. Looks like Venge is about to die too. Although they do get the Windranger. Tide is gonna die to the Spectre. That's a 3-for-1 so far. Slark is in though on the back line. He goes for the Warlock, which doesn't really matter because he's dead. You know, he already used the ulti, so he's basically dead already. They just get out in this scenario. It looks like. I think they need BKBs for sure. Against Zeus Spectre, you for sure need some BKBs. I mean, obviously just so they can commit on the Slark and the Lina, but Slark's going for a Lincoln Sphere as well. He doesn't want to get roared. Which
I think the Lincoln's is fine for Slark. I don't really think he needs BKB. I think he has a lot of tools to play around it.
What about
the
Lina?
big thing is, Lina, I don't know. Like, do you really go Lincoln's BKB on this Lina?
Maybe.
I don't think you do.
It gives you damage. It gives you, maybe.
It does give you some damage.
Maybe with the Lincolns. I mean, he does have the Yules too and the Blink. Like, he's fairly mobile. Like, he could definitely escape the
It's, you know, BKB is always good against Zeus, though, right? Like, he does a ridiculous amount of damage, but BKB does help you dodge all of that.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely not bad. And when you have BKB and Lincolns, you can't actually get roared.
What else do you think? What else do you think he should build? Oh, he is going for BKB. Okay. What else?
I don't know. I was thinking some sort of like tank item.
Okay. Scotty.
Something just to beef up so we can like actually survive through this without having to be like half HP. Because even when he pops BKB, unless he uses it before Zeus ult, which is like highly unlikely, right? He still is going to lose a lot of his HP to the haunt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Whereas with like a Scotty or something like that, he'll just He'll be fine.
I think this makes more sense. I think the BKB is correct, actually.
It's just the Zeus. It's just the Zeus that's so scary.
Yeah.
And Fatal Bonds as well.
It's weird to say that it is just Zeus damage, but when you get hit
kind
by
of just
Nimbus,
yeah,
a lightning bolt, and the ult, it is like 1,000 damage.
It's way too much. And then with the Fatal Bonds too on top of that, like amplifying that.
Yep.
The Spectre Haunt's not that big of a deal. Like I think against Spectre you typically don't go BKB just because of the Radiance, but
right.
Zeus is like okay.
The BKB is going to line up nicely with the next Roche too. Then you can really just go high ground with Aegis on Lina.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is he can just like hit and maybe even commit for a Rax or a tower with the BKB after dying, or commit and try to kill the Zeus. Although Zeus is very likely going to have buyback for this push because they are 16k gold at a deficit, so they're very well aware of their position in this game. They've Zeus Spectre, and all they really want to do is just okay, let's defend high ground. We'll use Haunt. We'll chip away at them until we can use Haunt and you know maybe kill all of them. Like they can definitely like it's pretty damn hard to push into these heroes just because you have that kind of late game Spectre hero that's always going to be a threat where it's like okay, if you get low because of the Zeus chipping away at you, like they can just commit to a fight very easily and kill all of you. The combo is ridiculous, and then the Warlock too. It's so hard to push high ground on like these team fighty heroes with the Zeus.
Agreed.
You know,
like you have to walk into Zeus. Warlock can just literally sit there and upheaval, and Spectre's
oh yeah,
never
that
gonna
too.
He doesn't have to be there, right? He's always just gonna be somewhere farming.
Yeah.
But you know that does mean he can get picked off by Slark. Slark has double damage. He's about to. Well, he sees him. He's just watching for now. He's a spectator.
He's peeping. He's a peeping Tom.
Really?
He's peeping hard. He uses Invis. He does have the Silver Edge, so he can take off the dispersion, but he does not. He does not do that. Actually, you can take off 2 Spectre passives. The Desolate and the Dispersion. That's interesting. That's a good item against Spectre. Now that
Dispersion makes you super tanky. You'll be surprised to see how fast this hero dies without Dispersion.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like Visage. When you remove that passive, it just melts.
Oh, yeah. It's like... You forget that it's really just a passive that are making these heroes like so incredibly tanky. It's like just the passive. It's not like... I mean, Visage's stats are terrible. Spectres are... they're okay. 19 armor. Level 19. That's alright. What's the Agi gain? 1.8 Agi gain? That's not a lot for an Agi hero at all.
That's like the lowest, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. So, really, it's just the dispersion. It's making the Spectre very tanky. And then, of course, the talents. The talents are good.
Oh, yeah. The talents are super good. Power Shot actually scouts out. No, he's gone. I don't know if it actually saw him or not. He was, like, right next to it, but the...
It's weird. It gives such terrible, like, lingering vision on that ability. And it's so thin now.
If you charge it up, it gives you more vision, but it was...
Oh, I didn't know that.
One. Yep.
Damn, dude. I didn't know
It gives you a lot of lingering vision, like where it lands when you charge it up.
Oh, that's cool. Damn, dude. No wonder. Dude, I swear to God, like, a Windranger killed me very recently. I was like, how did this guy get vision of me? Like, I was in trees and teeping out, and I'm just shackled. It's like, what? Where did this vision come from? It must have been that. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's a good video to make, dude. Just like
That is.
Just 10 seconds. Windranger Power Shot gives more vision. Nobody.
Boom.
There you go. It's the best YouTube content that I've ever thought of. It was my original idea.
It was.
Nobody gave me that information, in particular. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm delusional at this point. It's been.
You're doing great.
It's 11 a.m.
Oh, Jenkins, look at this ward at the top by GeekFam. It doesn't see anything. It sees nothing. It's just blocked by the trees entirely.
What's going on with this? What is this? I mean, it gives a sliver of vision, so you can kind of see if somebody's coming down this ramp here or something like that. I mean, I guess that's all right.
You can see if someone's snacking on the Centaur Conqueror down there.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I
guess it'll confuse Slark when he walks by.
That is true. Maybe they'll get him to waste a little bit of time. That's next level if that's true. That is next level.
But he's got a gem.
He does have a gem, so he's not going to be confused for very long.
You see Zeus.
Oh, Zeus is a very important
though.
kill. He can't do anything though. Ooh, what a shackle! Right on the range creep. That's 2, and Zeus has buyback. Warlock is about to die. He has no buyback, and that is a golem that is not in a team fight, and that is a huge deal. Zeus buys back because otherwise they don't defend this high ground. Slark has 17 stacks.
No Warlock. These heroes are super important to defending a high ground. Like the swap makes it so you can't actually dive into the tier 4 towers. Oh,
do they just blink in and ravage this? Do you think maybe is that too ballsy?
That is
ravage
too
the
ballsy,
Zeus.
Right?
Okay.
You don't know if they don't have buybacks or not. So
That
the
is
best
true.
thing you
That
can do
is
is just
true.
sit there and hit the buildings.
Yeah, that's a good point. This is where I would lose a game if it's a pub. It's like, dude, just ravage. I wouldn't say that. That's not what I do actually. I don't screw my people in pubs. But if I was the Tide, I would blink in and ravage for sure and then lose.
Nice, nice.
That is without a doubt. He is on the trees, or on the cliff, in the trees.
Dude, this is like a crazy spot to start a team fight. You just sit here.
Tide sits on the high ground.
On the high ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna expect this? Nobody.
The Tide Hunter.
Yeah.
He'll expect it, but everybody else is gonna be hella confused. That's for sure. He's actually just staying up there. He's got nothing better to do. Okay, he blinks down now. The funny thing is, though, he's sitting on the high ground, so I guess he just wants to be down and have the blink off cooldown. So he was thinking about it for a while, though. He was thinking about it. He could see it. He's like, okay, this would be funny.
Yeah, we're about to see the Roshan timer. What is it? It is a
33 seconds.
Super fast respawn. Wow. Okay. Very unlucky for GeekFam because they have absolutely no hope of contesting Roshan because they just don't have map control. That's what happens when you're 26k gold down.
Yeah, and they are naturally just positioning completely away from that Roche pit, and as a result, you got a top lane pushing in, you got a mid lane pushing in, and Spectre has to go back and defend that, but that's okay because she has Haunt. But still, in any case, Tide catches out the Beastmaster. Let's see, Zeus is caught out. That's an even bigger deal. If he dies, it's really bad. Lina kills him. He has no buyback for 96 seconds. That could just be the game right there. Spectre haunts in. That's a haunt wasted. Does nothing.
Oh boy,
Pipe
look at
was
Warlock
used.
too. He's got no TP.
Oh my god. He can cut the wave, though. Do they have a wave? Does EVOS have a wave?
They have one mid, so it doesn't actually matter.
Okay, that is true. He needs to... Dude. Oh, Warlock has 1,500 gold. I just realized that. He needs to go to the side shop and buy a TP, but good god, is he in poverty mode. Oh, I'm missing the dives because I was laughing at Warlock. That is my bad. Let's see. That's a dead tower. No Zeus. I don't see how you defend any of this. There's no Haunt. No Zeus.
This is
And
Megas.
you are fighting into a Tide Hunter with Ravage.
There's no haunt. You know, Zeus is
Ooh,
dead.
what a shackle.
Oh, nice
I mean,
shackle.
okay, they're actually going to kill him. The Slark, Silver Edge, they used the Ravage. He buys back. Not sure he had to commit the Ravage there, but doesn't really
behind
matter.
enemy lines there. Coming in with the flank here. He's got the perfect rock setup.
He does. He has the vision too. The Owl is scouting it out. Can he get all 5? Doesn't seem hopeful. Rock on 2. Windranger gets the... nothing really happens. That is a Spectre dead? No, never mind. Spectre's fine. Swap out, like you said. Roar onto the Slark. He pops the BKB, though. Spectre dies on the backline to the Lina. Venge dies. 45 seconds, no buyback. More importantly, the Spectre dies. 91 seconds, no buyback. Warlock tries to do things on the back end, but that is not a hero that you can 1v5 with. That is for sure. Zeus is up now, and they could hold Megas with this hero and with the Spectre, but they need to hold their throne for 74 seconds while the Spectre respawns. So that is a Laguna Blade on the Golem. Warlock is very sad.
He is.
He's
He
very
made that long run from bottom lane, smoked behind enemy lines, but
Zeus ult,
I don't know.
get the damage
Doesn't
up.
matter.
Almost killed the Windranger. Axes fly out. He misses. Just barely. This Lina's doing so much damage to the towers. This hero's actually so good at sieging in the late game. Just because she
does
attacks
so much
quickly.
damage.
And that's GG. That
All
is
right,
EVOS going to the LAN. They are officially
Congratulations.
qualified for the...
I can't remember the last time I've seen a third pick start take over the game so hard. Like, I don't know, it just feels so weird because this hero, like, he's a very feast or famine hero, right? Kind of, I see him like Beastmaster. Like, you either have a fantastic lane phase and it's a really good start game and he's like untouchable, you know? And he just completely destroys the game. But there are some games where Stark's playing against like Lion or Roster or some dude with like a Hex early on or like Faceless Void where you just can't like function in the game. You can't do this thing where you just play in the enemy jungle for 15 minutes, you're unkillable, and you create so much pressure.
Yeah.
But when you can,